Hello friends, welcome to the Angular A tutorial question. In this tutorial we will see change detection strategy in Angular. So basically when we use this change detection strategy in Angular, so like there is a situation like we have a one component and that component is referring to the one child component and that child component is referring to the grandchild. So what happened, like when there is any change in the parent component, then Angular traverse to all the child component and update. So if there is an n number of child component, then if there is any changes in the parent component, then it update all the child component and it update those. So basically it give a performance issue. So to overcome this issue, Angular provide us the change detection strategy. So basically like what we can say, when we have when we see like how Angular detect the changes in our application, then we see the tree of component and Angular start by checking the root component, then its children and then its grandchildren until all the component are checked, like all the component which is in the child, then all the necessary DOM update and applied in the one batch. But checking all the component on one change give the performance issue to the Angular application. To handle this, Angular provide us the detection strategy. It means it call on push, like on whatever the component, if you will keep this on push, so based on that we can handle or we can define it like it should not update every component. So basically like how this strategy work, like if I keep this on push and on component, then in which basis it works. So basically like one of the input of the component change, or what we can say, like if there is any reference change, then only that component will update. And second is the like an event handler of the component was triggered, then it will update. So we will understand this one using an example. So let's go to the Visual Studio Code. So in this, first what I will do, I will create the two component and we will refer those component, and like this app.component.ts will be the parent component we can say, and the component which we are going to create, those will be the child component. So let's create the component. So just close this terminal, go to this terminal, and so what I will create two component called ng gc. First I will create college component, so it will create the college component, and then I will create the student component. And what I will do, I will give the reference of this college into the app.component.model, and that student I will give reference to the college. So how the hierarchy will be, like app.component.ts will be the parent component, then child component is the college, and the student will be the child of college. So nggc student. So we can see like it created two component for us. One is the college component and another is the student component. Now what I will do, I will take this college component selector file, like selector key, and what I will do, I will give into the component reference. So it will be the child of this component. And similar I will do like in the college component HTML page, I will take the reference of the student. So let's copy it. So this student will be child of the college component. So here I will give. So that is the hierarchy. Now what we will do, we will take some information of the student and we will show that information on the page. So where I will define that, like in this app.component.ts file, here I will take that information. So let's create it. So here I will take like student detail, student detail, and here I will assign some value called like id. I will give 1, and then I will take one property called name, and here I will take like name 1, and another property I will take like gender, and I will define it as a male. So 3 property I have taken here, and what I will do, I will take the reference of this student detail into the app.component.html, like in this app college, and using the input uh, property we will consume this information into the child component. So let's write it here. Now I will consume this variable into the college component. So here I will consume it. So like how we can use it, using the @input, and this will be the any type. So this is the way we can consume the parent component like the properties into the child component. And now I will use this one into the college component HTML page. So here what I will do, like using the interpolation dot id and then name and then gender. Dot gender. So we have taken that information using this input and we are showing that information on the college component. So now let's sub this application and see on the browser. So the compilation has started. So it will take a moment to compile it successfully, then we'll see on the browser. So the compilation is successful. Now let's go on the browser and see the respective information should show, and we can see like this is showing the information as expected. Now what I will do, I will take a one button here, and when I click on that button, we will write a code like this name property should change. So let's take a one button on the app.component.html file. So here I will take one button and I will write like change name, and here I will attach one event, that is click event, and I will write this function name like change name, and now I will give the definition of this change name into the app.component.ts file. So let's give the definition here. So what I will write here like this dot student student details dot name property I am going to change, and I am going to give the name like name 2. So what will happen here, like this change reflect to all the child component, and it give a performance issue to Angular application. So what we can do, like to overcome this problem, we will use this detection strategy. So let's see like how it will work. Like now what I did in the parent component, I'm going to change the uh, property of this student detail, and it will change this one to the all the like child component. So let's save it first and see on the browser, like on the button click, this property will change. So the compilation is successful. Let's go on the browser. So on the browser we can see like the change name button is there. So when I click on that button, we can see like the name too is changing. So uh, this is working in that way. So basically like now it is changing to the like child component here as well. So basically like if there is a multiple component, so in on the every component it will change the property. So this is give basically a performance issue. So how we can overcome this problem using the detection strategy. So in the detection strategy, what happened, instead of changing instead of changing that property, we we will tell like if there is any reference change, then only it reflect the changes to the browser, or we can say to the child component. So for that we have to do some modification here. So what I will tell here first, like so here I will take like on the button click, instead of changing into the this property, I will comment it out. Now what I will do, I will take the clone of this student detail. So taking a clone like const val equal to this dot student detail. So I have taken the clone of this student detail. Now what I will do, c dot, I will change the I will change the name. So name I will change like name 2, and then what I will do, this dot student details, I will assign this clone. So like instead of changing the property, now we are changing into the reference. This strategy we are going to implement now. And the next thing what we have to do, go to this child component, and here I will give like change detection, and here I will take like change detection strategy dot on push. So basically what we are going to tell to the this Angular component, like if there is any change into the reference, then only it change the value into the child component. Like based on the reference change, only it should change into the child component. So let's compile it and see on the browser. So basically what we did here, we are telling to this child component like on the push, like on the, if there is any reference change, then only it should change here. Like we can see, use the check once strategy, meaning that automatic change detection is deactivated until reactivate by seeing the strategy of default. Changes detection can still be explicitly invoke. This strategy applied to all child directive and can't be overridden. So that is the definition of this on push. So let's go on the browser and see. Like currently we can see, like if I will click on this change name, this will change. So we can see like we made the changes to the reference, that's why it is changing. Like what I'm trying to say is, if I will change to the property only, like what I will do, like I will comment it out first, and if I will uncomment it, and if I will click on this button, it will not change the value on the browser. So see this on the browser now. Like if I click on this change name, see we can see like name is not changing, because this college component is expecting if there is any reference change, then only it will change the value. So that is basically the definition of the on push. So basically as of now we have seen the change detection strategy using the on push. So basically now we can improve the Angular performance further by using the observable and using the observable basically. So how we can do that? There will be some modification into the application. So let's make some changes into the first into the college.component.ts. So what I will we have to do, like first we have to make it as a observable. So observable we have to make, and the type of this will be the any. And next what we have to do, we have to take one extra parameter. I will take it as a info and any. So that is the next thing. Now in ng on init, like we have to subscribe, like we have seen, if we are going to use the observable, then we have to subscribe it to get the data. So let's subscribe it. So this dot student detail dot subscribe, and we are going to pass this information inside this std info. So let's assign that value, this dot info equal to data. And next, now basically as of now what we have done, we have assigned this information inside the data. So let's close it and give the bracket here. So now we have subscribed this student information and we are assigning that data inside this student info. But for reflecting the data into the respective variable, what we have to use, we have to use the change detection reference. So let's take the object of the change detection reference here. So I will make it like private, and I will take a variable like cd, and the type of this will be the change detection strategy. And using this object, what I will do, will make it as a mark for check, like it will check, and based on that it will update the value to the parameter. So this dot cd dot mark for check. So basically we have to use like change detection reference, not the change detection strategy. So change detection reference. So cd dot mark for check, we have to use it. And now we are assigning the data inside this student info. So we have to use this parameter now into the HTML page. So let's replace it with this. So that is the first thing which we done into the college component. What is the mean? Like in the child component, now we have to observe this observable inside the like into the parent component. So let's go here, and now in parent component we have to pass the observable, and for that what we have to do, we have to make some modification here. So what I will take one parameter called student info, and how we can make it like observable, using the behavioral subject, and this dot student detail I am passing. Now next what we have to do, on the button click we have to change the name. So here some changes is needed. So this dot student detail dot name, and we will give the name like name2, and we will tell this like it will be a reference change. And how we can do that? Dot using this next, like this is a behavioral subject. So next, and we will pass this information, this dot student detail. And next what we have to do, we have to pass this student information, because we made changes to this, into the app.component.html here. So the changes is done. Let's compile it and see on the browser. So on the browser, like currently we can see this information. When I click on this button, this name value will be changed. Like we can see the name value will be changed. So basically we are changing this information using the observable. So it give more performance over the Angular application. Now what we can do, like we can achieve this information using the async. Like what I'm trying to say, instead of this mark for check, we can use the async. So let's comment it first, and what we will do, instead of this, into this college component HTML, here we will use the async. So let's take it ng, and I will take container, and inside this I will make it as a async using the ngIf, star ngIf, and I will take like this student detail, and I will make it as a async. So basically what we are doing, we are using the ngIf. So here some mismatch. So star ngIf, and we are using the async here, and we are taking this information inside the async. So now let's save it and see on the browser. So it's loading. So when I click on this button, we can see the information is changing. So that is the basically one more encapsulation to overcome the performance into the Angular 8. So these are the technique, or we can say the detection strategy in Angular to overcome the performance into the child, like hierarchy of kind of child. Like if we are going to change in the parent component, and that parent component has the child component. So how we can take a control over the control, over the component, like it should not give the performance issue. So if you have any question or doubt, please comment. Thank you.